So yesterday, July 15th, a bill was introduced in the House called the Dignity Act, which is being dubbed on social media as the Mass Amnesty Bill. It's a bipartisan bill sponsored by a few Democrats and a few Republicans in the House. And I kind of agree with this idea. There's pros and cons to the tough on immigration stance that the Trump administration has taken. On one hand, border crossings are way down from an average of about 200,000 a month to right around 10,000 a month. And we have the resources to process and care for 10,000 people a month, way more than we do 200,000 people a month. On the other hand, no one likes seeing videos of ICE going into an elementary school and taking fifth graders out of the school. When it comes to quote mass deportations, I've always felt the best way to handle this is if someone is arrested for committing a crime, and while they're being booked, it turns out they're here illegally, then deport them. But I've never liked the idea of just mass rounding people up. It can lead to racial profiling and what we've seen here where families are getting torn upside down when all they're trying to do is live their life here. And Democrats are not void of blame for this. They created sanctuary cities that allowed migrants to ignore the immigration process. And all it took was an administration to come in and enforce the immigration laws that are currently on the books, and these people's lives are getting thrown upside down. And I blame sanctuary cities for that. If you want migrants, good people, to come here and be here legally, you need to change the immigration laws, not just provide sanctuary, which just ignores the laws. So the Dignity Act would allow temporary, immediate legal status for certain eligible migrants. And according to a summary of the provisions, those migrants would be people that are farm workers and people that have been here for a certain amount of years without committing any crimes. And then give them a clear path to citizenship so they don't have to worry about showing up to court to follow the process now after being told it was okay to ignore it and getting picked up by ICE. And I think overall this is a good idea. If someone is here illegally and they commit a crime, turns out they're illegal, deport them. Otherwise, let's give them a path to citizenship. The provisions of this bill also include increased funding for border walls, increased asylum funding, and reforms to reduce the visa backlogs. I've always felt like we have to be able to find a way to fully secure the border to make it harder for bad people to sneak in here legally while simultaneously making it easier for good people to come here and get through the legal process to be legal residents and legal citizens. I think this bill is a good step into trying to make that happen. And from a political standpoint, it can allow Trump to do something for migrants that Democrats have not been able to do, which is reform immigration laws and give them a path to citizenship instead of just allowing them sanctuary to ignore the entire process and remain here illegally. So I kind of support this idea. I hope they can work it out, and we'll see what happens.